Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here, and if you're not new, you're the best for coming back. Thank you. This is a new video that I've wanted to do for a while because at the end of the year, I'm going to be having a huge declutter, and there's quite a bit of makeup I have that I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep it or not. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a segment called Use It or Lose It, where we test some of my older makeup on camera to kind of get an idea of if it's something I want to keep, or are we gonna declutter it at the end of this video and just get rid of it? Is it terrible? Is it decent? Do we need to try it again? All good questions, but I need to get prepared for this declutter at the end of the year. I need to have a better idea of how I feel about some of these products. So I have a basket full of older products that I have no memory of. Or maybe I have like a very brief idea of if I like it or not, but not really a solid foundation. Not enough to declutter it, but not enough to reach for it regularly. So we're going to be testing all of this out, and we're going to see how many items we end up keeping in this video versus how many items that we've tested that we just get rid of at the end of it. And there may be some that we decide that we want to continue testing. Let's check it out. So first up is this primer from ColourPop. This is the Party Proof Eye Primer, and I have mine in the color Translucent. And I don't remember if I like this or not. I think it was fine. I think it was kind of like, maybe fine. I don't know if there's anything in here. I think something's coming out. Okay, something's coming out. Wow, it's so weird. It is definitely translucent. It almost feels like there is nothing on my eye. It's not a bad thing. I think there's something on there. That's hard to tell. Huh, interesting. Okay, we'll see how the eyeshadow performs. So I figured we'd just go in and do the eyeshadow because I'm actually really excited to use this palette. Now, this is the Tarte BU palette. And you can't get this anymore, as far as I know. I don't think they sell it online. But the thing that I love about the age we live in is if it's something you really, really want, chances are you can find it on Poshmark or Macari, and yeah, get it secondhand there, because that's kind of where I get rid of a lot of my makeup that wasn't really used, but you know, someone might love out there. I sell it on my Macari, which is actually linked below if you want to check that out. But this palette is so beautiful. And you know, I actually think this was Tarte's sister brand, Sugar Rush. I'm pretty sure that's where this palette is from. And I think I've swatched it. I think I've swatched one. So I don't even think I've really used it. And look, yes, it's because of the embossing. Look how cute that is. But screw the embossing, we are going in. So I'm gonna go in with this color. The names are actually on the back. Okay, I think this is Be Kind. And I'm gonna put that all over my upper lid. And yeah, I'm really excited for my declutter coming up at the end of the year. But I'm also nervous because I did really well with the first declutter I did in the beginning of the year. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to top that. My goal for this year wasn't to add like a crazy amount of products to my collection, but I don't know if I did a great job sticking to that. Okay, it's a little orangier than I thought it would be. You know what, we're gonna do both eyes at the same time. I think that's just gonna be easier. Clearly I didn't really have a plan for this. Okay, there's definitely something coming out with that primer, but it's so thin that I can't see it. It's kind of weird. I don't hate it, I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, yeah, so that did come out a little orangier than I thought it would. It's not bad. It's just kind of weird. We're not gonna do anything like overly complicated because we have quite a few products that we want to try on, but it's just, you know, this is just what I wanted to do today. Okay, so let's go in. This is a really pretty color that I just put my finger in. What color is this? Be Creative? Okay. So it's gonna be this one here. We're gonna go ahead and ruin the embossing and just do it. Oh, the embossing is so pretty. This is such a pretty palette. Ooh, okay. That is very light. Okay, so it's definitely not as dark as it looks in the pan. I think that's kind of a common theme with quite a few of Tarte's eyeshadows. I found that to be the case with some of the eyeshadows in their newest palette, the Man Eater After Dark palette, which I did a review on, so if you want to check that out, I'll link it up above. But, it's almost like more red. Okay, let's go ahead and work on the other side now and just kind of catch up. So there's been this terrible heat wave going on in California. You've probably heard, even if you don't live in California, and it's finally broken. So it was finally quite a bit cooler today. It went from being 100 and something yesterday to 80 something today. So a pretty dramatic drop, which I'm really happy about because our air conditioning was just not feeling itself. It pretty much gave up a couple days ago, and my husband was able to fix it, luckily, but yeah, it hasn't been working as well as it normally does. Remember to go a little bit higher because I do have slightly hooded eyes, and sometimes if I don't go high enough, it's hard to see on camera the full look. So I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. But see, I feel like that is much lighter than what I'm seeing in the pan, because the pan is this dark maroon color, and it's almost looking a little bit more red on the eyes. Okay, so next, again, we're just doing something a little bit simple, but I think what I want to do is I want to go in with, let's go with this gold color. What is that? This third one, Be Brave. So this goldy one. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over the rest of my lid. And this is kind of where I feel Tarte shines. It's their shimmer colors. This isn't a crazy looking gold. It's a little more subtle than I thought it would be, but it is pretty. Okay, not quite as gold as I was hoping it would be. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this color up here and just kind of fluff this stuff out a little bit. It's kind of like a rainbow. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this brown color, which is Be Free. I'm gonna put that underneath my waterline. Okay, that brown did go on quite nicely. Now I will say, looks like we're dealing with a little bit of fallout, but not a big deal. I don't have anything else on my face. So we're just gonna wipe it off a little bit. Now, at the end of the video, I'll go over every product that we've tried and decide whether or not I want to keep it or if I'm going to get rid of it. So we're gonna move on to the next step. Now, I don't have an eyeliner that I am worried about, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on eyeliner really fast, and then we can move on to the next product. Okay, so I used my favorite NYX Epic eyeliner on top, and then I used this ColourPop gel liner on bottom in brown. The next thing I wanna try is this mascara that I found that I have no recollection of trying, and this is the Tarte Tarteist Mascara. We're using quite a few Tarte products. And this is the wand. So you get an idea of what it looks like. We're just gonna go in and see, is this something we need to keep? It is very spiky. The spikes are short and spiky. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay, it's definitely nothing close to, say, my MAC stack, because the volume and the depth of the color that my MAC stack gives is just crazy. The lift, oh, love that mascara. But this one's not bad. It's not clumping, which is nice. It's doing a great job separating the lashes, and it's giving a little bit of lift, a little bit of color. I wouldn't say anything overly dramatic, but it's very pretty. It's not lengthening, but I feel like this is actually a really good work mascara. Huh, okay. I'm surprised, I actually like that one. Okay, so I already applied a primer to my face. I used just my Bobbi Brown face base, because next up, we've got something from NARS. So this is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and I have mine in Light 2, which is Mont Blanc. And I don't know if I like this or not. I do know there's one NARS foundation that I loathe, and I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. Like, I have like 4 or 5 foundations from NARS. So we're gonna try this one out. We're gonna see if this is the one that I hate. I hope it's not. This is definitely my winter shade, not my summer shade. I am looking a little ghosty. So I know the NARS foundation that I hate, the reason why I hate it is that it was the most drying foundation, and it settled in my pores and it settled in my cracks. It was not great. And this one doesn't look like it's doing it so far, but you know, we're not done yet. We're gonna keep going. So next what I have is I have a concealer from Lancome, and this is the Teens Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. And I have mine in the color Buff. And I don't remember buying this. I don't know how long I've had it. It smells fine. Always do a sniff test with your liquids. And we're gonna see, is this cakey or does it look good? Now, I think it's always a good idea to test concealers a couple times on a foundation that you trust and love, and then on maybe like this, where a foundation, you're just not quite sure how you feel about it. Thing is happening on my face. There's like a patch right here by my eye that is a little bit discolored. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if it's my skin or one of the products I use, because it doesn't feel cakey. So it doesn't feel like product is being built up there, but it just looks odd. Okay, but I don't think it's the products because it doesn't feel like it is. Huh, maybe I just need to exfoliate my skin tonight. I think I do. Because other than that, I actually liked how that concealer went on. Doesn't look cakey. It's not settling into the lines. Looks very natural. Oh, I need to blend better. I don't know what's happening over there. Next, we have a powder. Completely forgot about this. This is by Kojendo, I believe is how you say it. And this is their Brightening Moisture Powder. And this is the outer packaging. and it is in Brightening Pink. It's so pretty. So this is the color of the powder. Now, again, no recollection as to if I like this, if I hate it. All I remember is that it was expensive. So we're gonna go in with a big brush, swirl it around, ooh, ooh, and see what happens. Oh my gosh, it's like sticking to the concealer. Okay, I was worried at first because it looked like it was sticking to the concealer, but I think it's okay actually. I think it does brighten a little bit, right? It's not just me, right? Sometimes it's hard when you're in front of a ring light to really decide if you like something or not, because that ring light just, oof. No, I think I like that. It's very finely milled, which I do like. Okay, there's a little bit of patchiness on my nose. Is it the concealer or is it the foundation? I don't know. We're gonna have to probably retest those ones. Okay, next, I actually have a face palette. So this is the Bronze Cheek palette from Natasha Denona. Yes, it's dirty. It was definitely sitting by my sink. It was sitting by my sink so I could remember to pull it out and use it. And I haven't, so. This is what the inside of it looks like. So you have a bunch of highlighters, you have some bronzers. This is a Super Glow bronzer, and it looks very orangey. So I think we have to use that one, right? And the reason I wanted to, oh my gosh, that is, oh, that's the color orange. That is the color orange, okay. Probably picked up a little too much of my brush. That is oranger than my eyeshadow. And that's exactly why I wanted to test out this palette, because if one out of the 4 shades don't work, unless one of the other shades is a holy grail, I probably don't need the palette. Oh my god. It's ridiculous. Is this how you're supposed to use it? I'm pretty sure it is. Well, it is called a Super Glow bronzer. They didn't lie about that. It's very glowy, which I actually really like, but I absolutely hate this color. This is not my color. I prefer cool tone bronzers if possible. Very few companies make cool tone bronzers. They tend to lean on the warmer side. This is just sunrise orange. Okay. Okay, we're gonna come back to this and we are gonna use, there's a cream blush and a cream highlighter. Oh, let's put our finger in that. Oh, what is that color? Okay, this is, they're calling this the Super Cream Blush. What is that color? Is that orange? That looks orange. Yeah, that looks orange. Okay, we're not gonna use that one. We are actually gonna use one by Melt. And this is the Cream Blushlight in Honey Thief. And I pulled this one out because it looks like my finger got in it, but I don't know if I've actually ever used this. So I'm gonna just go in with my Beauty Blender, I think. And, oh, okay, it picked up quite a bit on the Beauty Blender. Oh God, this could be, okay. I picked up too much again. Let's blend that out. It's fighting with the bronzer a little bit. It smells good though. Kind of smells like candy. Okay, that one actually patted out really nice. So you can blend it out so you don't have to have as alarming a look as I was about to have. Yeah, that's a really pretty color. Okay. Now I have a highlighter as well, and this is an old one. So this is Huda Beauty's Nymph Glaze, and it is a cream highlighter, and it looks kind of gross. It looks a little bit gross. I think I'm gonna put out my beauty blender again and see if that works, because it's a little bit chunky. Oh, but that's pretty. Okay, it's actually going on quite nice. The one thing about highlighters though, they really sit in your pores. Like, I've never met a blinding highlighter that didn't also highlight the pores. But this one is actually pretty. Oh, this one smells good too. Okay, that was the highlighter. Let's see what else we have. We have a brow item too. So this is the Benefit Brow Micro Filling Pen in blonde. And the tip looks like this. And it's also very light. Like, I don't know if you can even see that on my hand. Probably not. So we're gonna see if it makes any sort of impact in the brows. Okay, I actually am seeing a difference. Ow, this is the problem. It gets messy. Like, it looks good on this brow, but then this brow just looks patchy. Yeah, okay. Now they look two different colors. Last but not least, we have a product from NARS, and this is the Save the Queen Powermatte Lip Pigment. And I used to love this formula. Okay, it still smells okay. But I do know that there's one of these, I have like 5, but there's one color of them that is the worst looking shade on my lips that I could have picked. So we're gonna see if it's this one. That was pretty good for doing that free-handed, huh? Okay, let me go wash my hands because they're glittery and now a little bit pink, and then let's talk about my final thoughts on these products. All in all, not a bad look that we pulled together, but what did we think about the products that we used? Well, first up, let's talk about the Tarte BU palette. Now, she is cute. She's very cute. Look at that. Oh, so cute. But when using these colors, I don't feel like I saw anything unique come out of them. And it's really disappointing when some of the darker colors simply don't perform the way they look in the pan. So the darker colors that I did try just came out a lot lighter on my face, and it kind of changed the look that I was going for in the end. And I really do like being able to trust what I see in the pan. I want what I see in here to match what I see on here. So I'm going to declutter this one. I probably will post this one on my Macari. So if you are interested, it'll be up there. I mean, it's great for neutral looks, but I just have these colors so many times over that I don't think I'd ever reach for this palette. So declutter. We have the Tarte Tartiest, what is this, mascara. I like it. I like it. I think this is going to be good for everyday use, and I think it's going to be good for when I finally go back to work. And yeah, it's not in your face pow, but it's good every day. Your eyelashes look great. So we're going to keep this one. Next, the foundation. Now, There is some weird discoloration around my eyes. My nose did get a little bit patchy, but that could have been me just not waiting long enough in between products. So I'm gonna say we are gonna be keeping the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation for now. I don't think this is the one I hate. I actually really like the luminosity that it gave my skin. It looks very pretty. And we're gonna continue to try this one out to see what caused that discoloration, if it's this or if it's potentially the concealer. So keeping the foundation, now onto the concealer. Again, we're gonna have to retest this to see if it's something that caused the weird discoloration or patchiness. So I'll probably try this one again soon on my Dior Backstage foundation because that's my favorite foundation of all time. So if this doesn't cause any issues on that, then I mean, I could just be having a weird skin day. That definitely happens, but we're gonna hold on to this one. Party Proof Primer. I think it's on there, but I'm not sure. It's, I don't know if I love it, so I'm gonna declutter this one. Natasha Denona, the Bronze Cheek Palette. Looking at it now, it's not too bad, but I just don't think it's something I'd reach for. I think this color is simply too orange for my liking. And I just love a cool tone bronzer, and this is the exact opposite of a cool tone bronzer. The blush up here, it also seemed to swatch a little on the orangey side. Very strange. So regardless of how I feel about the other two pans, if two are just misses for me, I'd rather just get rid of this one, declutter it, and give it to a good home where somebody might get some more use out of it. I just don't think this was the right color for my skin tone, so we're gonna declutter this one. Now, the Melt Honey Thief Cream Blushlight, definitely keeping. Beautiful color, sheared out really, really nicely. I really like this one. We're doing these a little out of order, if you couldn't tell. But the Kogendo, the Brightening Moisture Powder, we're keeping this one. I at first thought it was sticking pretty badly to the concealer, but then I brushed it out and it was fine, so I don't think it was. Again, this is another product I want to continue using more of because I do think it brightened up my face a little bit, and it's really expensive. And it's also a beautiful powder. So I want to get more use out of this, want to try it out a little bit more, and I want to see if it's something that really does brighten or if it's just in my head. The Huda Beauty Nymph Highlighter. I thought this was going to be a mess, but I really like it. I think it looks really, really good on my cheeks. And I think it really does a good job not highlighting my pores. So when there, it gives a really pretty glow. So we're gonna keep this one. We're gonna get some more use out of this one. The Benefit Brow Microfilling Pen. I have mixed feelings about this, but overall, I think it's just too complicated to use. I think it went on really well on my left side, but because maybe my brow on the other side isn't as perfect, it just looked a little patchier. And the more you apply it, the darker one eyebrow gets, the lighter the other one stays. And I just think it's a little bit difficult to use. So at least for my standards, what I like, I normally just like using some sort of pencil, filling in my bald spots, filling in to make them more symmetrical. And this I don't think I'm gonna reach for. So we are gonna declutter this one. Last but not least, we have the NARS Save the Queen Powermatte Lip Pigment. I like this color. So this isn't the one that I hated. We're gonna keep trying until we find the one that looks absolutely garish on me. But I really like this color, and I've always really liked the dry down on this. It doesn't feel like it sucked all the moisture out of me. It's just right. So like the color, going to be using this one quite a bit more. So overall, out of the products we weren't sure about, we are keeping 6 and we are decluttering 4 of them. And honestly, that's not too bad. I think that's pretty good. There's some that I was able to try that are probably gonna be in my rotation quite a bit, especially that Melt Blushlight, so gorgeous. And you know, there's some that I've been kind of pushing to the side that I now know I can give to a better home. Okay, wait, hang on. There was 7 we're keeping. I forgot about this guy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we're keeping, 4 we're decluttering. Okay, still pretty good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely am going to be doing quite a bit more of these until we get to the declutter at the end of the year. And I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.